Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to the weekly Vibe Check News Drop, your download on what's poppin', droppin', and causing chaos this week. Seriously, let's just get right into it, Okay, low-key history lesson here. So, May 8th, 2025, totally got the presidential stamp of approval to be a day honoring the Allied win over Nazi Germany in World War II. It's the 80th anniversary of VE Day. The official word actually gave props to the US's role and the military fam, which is cool, right? It's not a mandatory holiday, but definitely a major moment of remembrance. Big deal, because it's the first time the US government has officially recognized this day like this, sparking convos about whether it could become a permanent thing. We love to see history getting its moment. Okay, shifting gears. On May 7th, President Trump nominated David Perdue, a former Georgia senator, to be the U.S. ambassador to China. And the Senate, said bet with a 67-29 vote. This is kinda high-key, because U.S.-China relations are definitely getting complicated right now, with all the trade war, tariffs, and competition drama. Perdue's job is basically trying to unmess some of that trade beef, push for U.S. business access, and protect intellectual property. Big yikes energy navigating that situation, honestly. Okay, serious check here. On May 6th, the Supreme Court dropped a ruling that's allowing the transgender military ban started by the Trump admin to be enforced while legal challenges are still going on. Basically, it lifted a block, so the ban is active for now. The policy, officially called Prioritizing Military Excellence and Readiness, says if your gender identity isn't the same as your sex assigned at birth, you can't serve. The admin's saying it's for readiness, but critics like the ACLU, who are still fighting hard, are calling it straight-up discrimination. This is giving major legal battle vibes, and everyone's watching if it ends up back at the Supremes. Okay, good news alert. A federal judge totally blocked President Trump's move to cut funding for some key cultural and educational spots, like the National Endowment for the Arts. These guys actually help out libraries, museums, and orgs supporting minority-owned businesses. So this ruling is a win for keeping that support flowing, especially for communities that really need it. It's not totally over. The admin might still try to reallocate funds. But for now, arts and culture gotta save. Phew. Okay, time for the money talk, but we'll keep it quick. The Federal Reserve, decided to keep interest rates exactly where they are, chilling between 4.25 and 4.50%. This happened on May 7th. They're basically hitting pause to watch what's happening with inflation and jobs before making any moves. Even though the U.S. economy is showing some resilience, Chairman Jerome Powell's words, costs are still rising. They want to keep things stable without prices going totally wild. The trade war is definitely messing with things, making supply chains messy and prices higher. Powell's sticking to his plan, stable prices and maximum jobs, even with political pressure to lower rates. It's giving cautiously watching the global economy. Speaking of the trade war, the US-China drama is still high-key affecting the global economy. President Trump is not backing down on those tariffs on Chinese imports. Some are still wild high, like 145%. This is causing trade volume to dip hard. U.S. ports saw a 44% drop in ship traffic. That's a lot less stuff moving. China hit back with their own tariffs, up to 125%, and stopped buying most U.S. farm stuff. Trade talks are happening this week, but it's looking like both sides are pretty dug in. This uncertainty is making everyone nervous. Even banks. One bank in Singapore even paused its financial predictions because of the trade mess. Major yikes. Meanwhile, the Bank of England cut their interest rate by 0.25% to 4.25%. They're trying to boost their economy because growth is slow and prices are still high. The decision was kind of split, showing things are messy over there too. The goal is to pump up the economy, especially the housing market, which is apparently giving stagnant vibes. This global trade tension is making central banks everywhere sweat. Market predictions for future rate cuts got revised down, so things are still uncertain. Okay, Big business news. Warren Buffett is stepping down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway by the end of 2025. He's 94. He's been running things for over 60 years. His successor is Greg Abel, who's been with the company forever and was the expected pick. Buffett will still be around to give advice, and his son, Howard, is expected to take on a bigger role later. This is a massive shift for the company, but sounds like they've had a plan cooked up for a while. Okay, so the Department of Health and Human Services is doing a huge internal makeover. They're shrinking divisions from 28 to 15 and regional offices from 10 to 5. This plan involves laying off about 10,000 employees, which they say will save like $18 billion a year. A new super entity called the Administration for a Healthy America will oversee agencies, like moving NIOSH under the CDC. But like 19 states and DC are suing, saying HHS doesn't have the legal right to do these layoffs and restructuring. Government drama incoming. Heads up, there's actually a measles outbreak hitting parts of the Southwest US, mostly Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Kansas. As of May 6th, there are 831 confirmed cases and tragically, like 3 deaths. Public health experts are linking this rise to lower vaccination rates, putting people at risk. Health officials are urging everyone to get vaccinated if they haven't and are keeping a close eye on the situation. Stay safe out there, team. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced a new program to study autism and related conditions using tons of data, like Medicare, Medicaid, and even wearable device info. The goal is to get a deep look at diagnoses, treatment, and care access. But there's major concern, because RFK Jr. has been associated with previously debunked theories linking vaccines and autism. Critics are worried that revisiting these unproven connections could seriously mess things up for public health efforts trying to fight against vaccine misinformation. This is a sensitive one, and the controversy is high. President Trump nominated Dr. Casey Means to be the next U.S. Surgeon General. She's a former surgeon who's big on preventing chronic diseases and focusing on metabolic health. She was nominated after the previous pick dropped out. Sounds like her focus will be on preventing illness and pushing for a more personalized health vibe. It's seen as a move to highlight wellness and prevention nationally. Okay, tech check. The U.S. is trying to stay ahead in the AI game. Michael Kratsios, heading up the White House's science office, is dropping a major AI strategy mid-2025. The plan is to invest up to $500 billion in AI research, focusing on healthcare, education, and national defense. This is happening because global competition, especially from China, is ramping up. The goal is to harness AI's power while managing the tricky parts like job loss and bias. But a worrying trend actually shows more American AI pros are looking for jobs outside the US, like in Canada. This brain drain is linked to tough immigration rules and cuts in science funding. Experts are like, warning, this could mess up the US's lead in critical tech fields. Big brain drain energy is not the vibe we need. Okay, retail getting an upgrade. Sam's Club is rolling out AI-powered checkout tech at all 600 US stores. It's part of their scan and go system. You scan stuff with your app and the AI checks everything as you just walk out. No more waiting in line or showing receipts manually. The goal? Make shopping smoother and faster. This is giving major future of retail vibes. Okay, deep breaths, gamers. The moment we've been waiting for. Like seriously, Nintendo is dropping the next-gen console, the Nintendo Switch 2, on June 5th, 2025. Building on the OG's success, it's promising better graphics, more power, and new interactive options. Pre-orders going absolutely wild. The Mario Kart bundle is already sold out. The base price is $449.99. Special editions are $499, and Nintendo is projecting 15 million sales globally by March 2026. Even with global trade messing with manufacturing, Nintendo is hyped. Get your money ready, people. Okay, interactive poll. Are you copying the Switch 2? Let us know down in the comments. Yes, take my money. Maybe, gotta see reviews first. Nah, sticking with my OG Switch. Other console? Shout out to innovators. Gotta give props where props are due. The 2024 National Medal of Technology and Innovation recognized some serious legends, like Martin Cooper, the dude who invented the first handheld mobile phone. Jennifer Doudna, a key figure in gene editing, CRISPR-Cas9, and Moderna for that rapid mRNA vaccine glow-up during COVID-19. Big ups to these folks shaping the future. Okay, fashion. The 2025 Met Gala went down on May 5th with the theme super fine tailoring, black style. It celebrated the art of black dandyism. Basically, self-expression, individuality, and defying norms through style, especially for black folks. It was a massive tribute to black culture's impact on fashion. Co-chaired by icons like Anna Wintour, Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton, and Pharrell Williams. The red carpet was straight up fire. Celebs like Rihanna, Laura Harrier, and Lorde absolutely slayed, serving looks that connected historical black style to modern culture. It was giving creativity, culture, and identity all in one. You gotta see the pics. Okay, interactive challenge. So, show us your Met Gala inspired look. Tag us and use hashtag Met Gala Vibe Check. Do it. Rihanna's making moves. Fenty Beauty just partnered with the New York Liberty, a top WNBA team. This is Fenty's first official sports sponsorship, which is huge. It's all about inclusivity and empowering women. You'll see Fenty branding on the Liberty's warm-up gear and shooting shirts, plus exclusive product drops at games. Riri said the team embodies strength, power, and beauty, totally matching Fenty's vibe. This partnership is a major play, blending beauty and sports and sparking convos about innovative marketing and community power. Slay, Riri, slay. AMA noms are here. It's AMA season, people. The nominations for the 2025 American Music Awards are out. Hosted by J-Lo on May 26th in Las Vegas, Kendrick Lamar is leading the pack with 10 noms. Absolute legend. Post Malone has 8, and Billie Eilish, Chappell Roan, and Shabuzi each scored 7. Remember, the AMAs are completely fan-voted. This trial is late to some really serious allegations that Combs and his label, Bad Boy Records, ran a long-term criminal setup involving sex trafficking, sexual abuse, and more. Prosecutors are saying he ran his business like a criminal operation, exploiting young women. Key witnesses are expected to testify. Diddy has pleaded not guilty and says he's innocent. The trial is expected to last a few weeks, and if convicted, he could face life in prison. Major legal situation unfolding here. And on another difficult note, Kanye West is causing major backlash again with a new song titled Heil Hitler. Yeah, you kinda heard that right. The track has deeply offensive lyrics aimed at his ex-wife Kim Kardashian and features disturbing imagery in the video. This has sparked outrage everywhere. Like seriously. Kanye claims the song is a response to personal stuff, like custody battles and money issues. But honestly, it's just the latest in a string of increasingly controversial and harmful actions, especially following his anti-Semitic remarks in 2022 that cost him major partnerships. The song's release has brought on widespread condemnation and calls for accountability. It's just a lot. All right. Let's get hyped for sports. Okay, the New York Knicks pulled off an insane comeback against the Boston Celtics, winning 91-90. Like they were down by 16 points, but clawed their way back in the fourth quarter to take a 2-0 lead in the series. Jalen Brunson hit clutch free throws. Mikal Bridges scored all his 14 points in the fourth and got a game-sealing steal. Josh Hart dropped 23, and Karl Anthony Towns had a beast double-double with 21 points and 17 rebounds. Absolute main character energy from the Knicks. Hockey fire. Mikko Rantanen was an absolute legend for the Dallas Stars, propelling them to a 6-2 win over the Winnipeg Jets. Rantanen scored a natural hat trick in the second period. He even made history, being the first player ever to score consecutive playoff hat tricks. What? The Stars are looking strong. Baseball drama. The New York Yankees beat the San Diego Padres 4-3 in extra innings. They were actually being no-hit by the Padres pitcher Dylan Cease for most of the game, and then fought back late. Rookie J.C. Esquera was the hero in the 10th, hitting the game-winning walk-off sacrifice fly. Broke up the no-hitter and got the clutch win. Love to see that resilience. Quick check on the NFL draft. Shedeur Sanders, the QB star from Colorado, got picked by the Cleveland Browns. He went 144th overall in the 5th round. Some thought he'd go earlier, but the Browns snagged him. He's got the skills and that legendary DNA. He's Deion Sanders' son. Excited to see how he develops. Okay, Arizona Wildcats men's basketball is looking stacked for 2025. They landed a top recruiting class, including none other than Bryce James, LeBron James' son. This haul is going to seriously boost their team as they chase that national championship vibe. Keep an eye on Arizona. And that's your weekly Vibe Check news drop. Phew, packed week. Honestly, what news had you talking? Hit us up in the comments. We want to know. Stay tuned for more. And yeah, peace.